Hi everyone, and thank you for coming to my meeting tonight. Now before we get to the heart of what we're going to talk about, I want you first to think about something. I want you to think on a scale of 1 to 10 what your excitement level is when you come into work each day. Now there are no hire managers here, there's no hidden cameras, so I want you to answer as truthfully as possible. Alright, so Leela, what would you say your number is from 1 to 10? Of how excited you are to come into work?
Depends on what you have to do.
Yeah, just give a round about.
Maybe 7.
Oh, that's high. Rob?
I would say 7 or 8.
Wow, really? Super high. Talita?
I don't have any job at the moment.
Well,
Yeah.
We're,
The previous one, it was like about 5 to 6.
wow, you guys are really excited to come to work every day. Honestly, I'd say my excitement level when I get up in the morning and have to actually go in an office and sit in a chair all day is about 1 to 2. I've talked to a couple of our other employees and I've asked them, and this is just a rough graph of where they are, and you can see that that excitement level is pretty low. Now I want you to think on a scale of 1 to 10 how excited you are when you go into a bar or a lounge and you order a drink, and as that nice ice-cold beer, or in my case, a nice bold Merlot, touches your lips, how excited do you feel when that happens? Jonathan?
10.
10.
10.
And Brittany?
10.
10? Yeah, it's 10 for me too. And for the other coworkers that I talked to, it was really high. So obviously, we're much more excited to go out and drink and relax than we are to come to work. But what if we could combine the two? Today I want to talk to you about the benefits and merits of having alcohol in the workplace and how that can be actually a really good thing for our company. Now I know some of you are thinking, oh, the bosses aren't going to really like that. But it can be a great thing for both us and for our employer. So after my presentation, after I tell you all the benefits and hopefully squash your concerns about it, you'll sign my petition for having our higher management install a vending machine, a special alcohol vending machine that we can utilize during the day. So as I said before, I'm going to talk about alcohol in the workplace and how it can make our workplace a better place. So first off, let's start with how work is, how it really is. I know you guys are always so excited to go into work every day, but honestly, when we go in, sometimes work can be really boring, and more often than not, it's really stressful. We always have a bunch of deadlines due, our bosses always want more from us, and we're part of the lucky few to actually have jobs now, so that means that we have tons and tons of work on our plate. Not only that, we have super long hours that we have to contend with. I mean, for most companies like ours, the lunch hour isn't included in our 8 hours, so we have to be there for 9 hours. That doesn't even include the commute. So, and oftentimes we have to stay there even more than that, especially when we have projects or deadlines due. In the U.S., I think we spoke about this in another class earlier. Compared to other countries, we have zero guaranteed paid days off. So we work more days in the office than anybody else does, and that just adds to our long hours. Not only that, we're not very close with our coworkers. We kind of have this wall up between our professional and our personal lives. And whenever we talk to each other, it's always that water cooler type talk, like, oh, the weather, it's really been very mild this year, or what are your plans for the weekend? Stuff like that. When we think of coworkers, these aren't people that we know and trust and we really want to go out and hang out with after work. But they should be. These are people that we spend more time with our coworkers than we do with our family most of the time. So these are people that we should really know and trust and like to be with. So how can having alcohol in the office help that out? It can do so in a whole bunch of different ways. In one study where they really measured the effects of alcohol on business negotiations, not just in the US, but in all different countries, they found that alcohol relieves stress, it promotes a good mood, and it also decreases anxiety. Obviously, these are all good things that would help in the workplace where it is really stressful. This will make us want to come into work because we won't have to be freaking out all the time. Not only that, alcohol, anthropologists like to say that it has a sort of time-out effect. So when you're drinking, you're not really thinking about all your responsibilities and roles. You're kind of a lot more relaxed. You're more comfortable. And since we're in the workplace, workplace so much more, and the line between our work life and our personal life is getting blurred, it would be good to have that kind of timeout effect in the office where we can relax, and this could be a safe, comfortable place for us. And most importantly, this is a really big one, by drinking alcohol and having it, you're going to build better relationships in the workplace. So this is great for conversations. It's a great conversation starter. By having a couple drinks, and we're talking about drinks in moderation, not getting silly drunk here. But if you're having 1 or 2 drinks, it's going to lower your inhibitions a little bit. You're going to be feeling more comfortable talking to your coworkers. It's going to help you think outside the box. And by having these relationships start up with other people that you work with, you're more likely to come to them when you have problems down the road or you need to speak to somebody else. You'll be more comfortable with them. Not only that, it's a great tool for managers to use too, because by showing that they want to drink with you and have fun with you, they're showing that they're approachable people. And you'll be more likely to come and talk to them when you have an issue or a problem and have that open dialogue of communication open. And that'll just make the workplace so much better. Now, I know you're thinking in America this isn't really done that often, but actually more and more companies are hopping on board the alcohol train, and they're offering beer and wine and other things to their employees. Some of the big companies that you probably heard of that are doing this is Zillow, Yelp, and Twitter. And the people at these companies say it's really great for them to have this because it lures talent. Especially with knowledge workers, there's a much smaller pool. And by offering alcohol, they're showing that they're not really that same old stuffy corporate company. It's a fun place to work. And not only that, it'll keep the employees at the office much longer. So instead of leaving to go get a drink or something, you can do it right in the office, and you'll be by your desk, and that'll also keep the idea of work kind of in your mind, so you might be able to ask a question about a project that you're working on something. Also, it builds connections. So if we're working in the marketing department, somebody in finance is sitting on the other end of the building, we're not always going to talk to them. Sometimes we have to ask them a question through email, but if we have a spot where we can go to and drink and be comfortable, we're more likely to build a connection with that person. It blurs the work-life balance, I spoke to that earlier. Also, it shows employees that the company has a better appreciation for them. We all love to get free stuff. I mean, if we're getting free booze, we're going to feel much better about working at that company. So this is Arnie. It's a beer dispenser machine, and it's at an advertising firm. And you can see here this lady is picking a kind of alcohol that she liked. And this is a keg dispenser at Twitter. And the cool thing about it is that employees, they can get however much they want, but they swipe their badge. And of course, on that iPad app, it keeps account of how much you're actually drinking. So you can get what you want, but know that Big Brother's watching. And that'll kind of hold us accountable and keep us responsible in the amount that we're drinking. So hopefully this presentation has shown you that alcohol can be a good thing to have in the office. And by having alcohol in the office, and hopefully by signing my petition, we'll be able to get our excitement levels from here at work to rise up and to go up there for when we like to go out drinking. Thank you.